Las Vegas is a city built on the cutting edge of modern entertainment, driven by glowing screens, towering architecture, and the rapid pulse of contemporary life. But inside a concert hall at the University of Nevada, Las Vegas, the master musicians of the Nanjing Quartet performed to a rhythm of a different era, one anchored in ancient tradition. Among the instruments played was a replica of the Jiahu bone flute, a 9,000-year-old artifact discovered in China's Henan province. The original flute was carved from the wing bone of the red-crowned crane, a bird that remains a deeply symbolic figure in Chinese culture today. For thousands of years, civilizations relied entirely on live human performance. An ancient musician playing a zither or a flute was the sole vessel for carrying a culture's stories from one generation to the next. Today, we risk treating these early musical traditions as artifacts to be observed passively in a museum or from a concert seat. When the exchange remains purely observational, the living connection to that history begins to fade. This is the challenge Diapason Global Education for Music, or DGEM, works to solve. Their approach requires breaking the physical barrier between the performer and the listener, moving the audience directly onto the stage. True preservation happens when a master musician physically guides the hands of a new student. It is a direct human-to-human transfer of skill that keeps a tradition alive within a new generation. The guzheng is a central piece of this educational effort. Dating back more than 2,500 years, it is a foundational instrument that serves as an ancestor to many other stringed zithers across Asia, including the Japanese koto and the Korean gyeogung. The instrument's long, curved body is traditionally handcrafted from resonant woods like paulownia, selected for its rich acoustic properties. Across the top of this resonating chamber stretch 21 strings, typically made of silk, nylon, or steel core. This diagram shows how each string rests on a movable bridge. By sliding the bridge left or right, a musician adjusts tension and pitch, allowing incredible flexibility compared to the fixed frets of Western instruments. The physical design of the guzheng deliberately mirrors ancient Chinese aesthetics. It is a tool engineered to reflect balance, harmony, and the flow of the natural world. This requires a highly coordinated dual-hand technique. The right hand plucks the strings using attached fingerpicks. Simultaneously, the left hand works the opposite side of the bridge, bending and pressing to shape the exact pitch of the vibrating string. This push and pull creates expressive effects. The hands work together to physically imitate rippling rivers, galloping horses, or distant birdsong. The resulting sound has an extreme dynamic range, transitioning instantly from a quiet bamboo forest to the aggressive, thunderous rhythm of a heavy storm. A master performer uses these mechanics to make wood and wire behave like a human voice. The specific tension and speed applied to the strings allow the instrument to narrate complex stories of joy and sorrow without using a single word. That communication continued after the final note of the UNLV concert, as DGEM transitioned the event into a live Q&A and a series of hands-on workshops. The distance between the stage and the seats vanished. Students, educators, and community members were invited to step up, hold the instruments, and attempt to play them under professional guidance. For a beginner, pressing down on a guzheng string for the first time offers an immediate sensory impact. You can physically feel the vibration traveling up from the wood and into your hands. The master musicians from the Nanjing Quartet provided direct, one-on-one instruction on proper hand positioning and how to strike with the fingerpicks. Receiving instruction directly from world-class performers creates a physical memory. By the time a student leaves the workshop, the history of the guzheng is no longer a lecture. It is a vibration they have felt in their own hands. The guzheng is part of a larger family of instruments found throughout the world. Its design traveled and adapted across borders, showing how different cultures refined similar tools to answer the same human urge to create sound. Over centuries, this influence birthed sister instruments like the Vietnamese dan tren, seen here, which carries its own unique history while sharing an ancient ancestor. When a student in modern Las Vegas plucks these strings, the instrument transforms from a historical relic into a living, breathing connection between civilizations. This is the mission of DGEM: They aim to preserve global music by creating direct human experiences to anyone who wants to learn. As a nonprofit organization, DGEM relies on donations to continue this work. If you believe this musical education should remain free and accessible, please consider a donation by visiting dgem.org or emailing info@dgem.org.